Hi, my name is Sofia. I am 34 years old. I live in Miami, Florida, and I am currently 1 month post-op from an explant, lift, and fat transfer. So originally, I was looking to do a lift, and when I went for my consult with the doctor that had put in my implants, he suggested that I do an implant with a lift because my lift would not hold. I was 24 years old. I didn't do much research. I just went ahead with what he told me. And shortly after, I would say 3 or 4 years into it, I started feeling all these different kinds of symptoms. I had extreme fatigue, anxiety, a lot of pain in my chest area. I would get pain in my back, even numbness throughout my entire shoulder area to my neck. I felt like my breathing had changed, insomnia, all kinds of different symptoms, not knowing that it was related to my implants. One day I came across a friend of mine who had had hers removed, and she shared her story with me, and it just resonated so much with me, and I could relate to her so much. So I started doing research on implants and found out that there was such a thing called breast implant illness. At the beginning, I did not want to pursue it. It took me a while to actually decide that this was the route that I was going to choose, but I was very tired of feeling the way that I was feeling. And most importantly, I wanted just to gain my health back, and I knew that it was something that I had to do. So I decided that I wanted to remove my implants 4 years ago, and shortly after that, I got pregnant with my son. So unfortunately, I had to wait till he was old enough to be a little bit more independent. And as soon as that stage came across, I decided instantly to get them removed. So I had 3 different consultations with 3 different doctors. To me, the biggest thing that made Dr. Lampert stand out as opposed to the other 2 was just the connection that I had with him, the way he explained things to me, the way he made me feel very comfortable, and just listening to me. It wasn't like he was rushing me to go to another patient, or I almost felt, as a lot of surgeons, it's very robotic. Like, you know, it's a practice that takes as many patients in at a time, and I did not feel that way at all with Dr. Lampert. And just always listening to my thoughts or concerns was just very comforting. So I remember my biggest fear of surgery was the actual surgery itself, going under. To me, that scared me. It's funny because I was not scared 10 years ago going to get my implants, but I was terrified going in to get them removed. And I remember walking in the day of surgery, and Stephanie met me at the front door, and just instantly, like, my fears all went away. I felt like I was actually going on vacation. Just the way they started talking to me and just asking me questions just about life in general. And we just had some great conversations. And before you know it, it was time to go in the operating room, and all my fears were gone. I just felt really, really good about it. So for me, the biggest difference between having a surgery in a hospital versus an ambulatory surgical center would be the attention to detail. To be honest, I was a little bit nervous. You know, I even asked, would this be possible to do at a hospital? But just from my personal experience and seeing in a hospital setting, all the chaos, a lot of patients, a lot of people with infections, just different things that expose you versus you being at an ambulatory surgical center. The attention to detail and just that personal one-on-one, the surgeon actually being in control of who's in the operating room, who his staff is, to me is very important. After meeting with Dr. Lampert, his nurse practitioner, Natasha, and his entire staff, I just felt very comfortable doing it at the ambulatory surgical center. So my experience with the anesthesiologist the day of my surgery was amazing. Of course, I was nervous, and he walked me through the different steps of exactly what was going to take place. And obviously I had Natasha there as well, the nurse practitioner, and Stephanie was there with me, and just their entire process from the beginning to the end, walking into the operating room, was amazing. So shortly after my surgery, I just remember one of the first things that I noticed was I could just breathe. I didn't realize how much tightness in my chest that I had. I didn't even realize that that was even caused because of my implants. My breast pain immediately went away. I haven't had any tightness in my chest, in my back. The numbness went away. I was dreaming again. I was getting into deep sleep. My energy levels have increased. Just my overall health, to be honest. It makes me emotional thinking about it as to how far I've come in just a short amount of time. And I'm just so excited for the future and just to see as time goes by how much better I feel each and every day. So my overall recovery was pretty good. I would say the first couple weeks were the toughest, and each day I just felt better and better and better. And I am 1 month post-op and I feel amazing. So many of my symptoms have subsided. I just feel great overall. I am so much happier with the way that I look, the way that I feel. This was the best decision that I made. Just after my whole entire process from the beginning to the end with Dr. Lampert and his staff, I highly, highly recommend them. If you're looking for a surgeon, not just an incredible surgeon, but with an amazing staff and an amazing team that they work side by side with each other to really, truly give you that one-on-one personal feel with amazing results.